You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up locally and globally, Vince vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, huh? Laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want to invite it. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation. Bring it to the table, but if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back until you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up? Good afternoon. Happy Saturday, everyone. Please come on in. Make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to the Hood Tables to become a part of the Hoodies, Hood Nation, y'all. And welcome, Jackson Street 2300. Get into it. You always changing your name. How you doing, love? You said, you know I'm watching this, right? And I just found out last night and started watching it. Oh, you just started watching it literally last night? Was you binge watching it all night? Man, that is a very, very good show. I know a lot of people who do watch it, and some people just starting it. I was just talking to my youngest son, and he said he's about to start watching it because he's hearing good things about it too. But some of the shows me and my son both watch, not together, but you know, some shows I watch, he watched too. But I have been telling him he needs to check out this show because it's really good. And it's not only just a good TV show, but it's based on, you know, real life stories of some hustlers. You know, Meech was a legend in D-Town. So, you know, it's based off a real life story as well. And you know, it's 50 Cent has his hand in it. So, you know, he's very creative with everything he puts his hands on. So yeah, I do recommend, if you guys aren't watching it, I do recommend that you give it a try, give it a shot, and you might end up binge watching it. And it's only in 2 seasons, and it's 10 episodes per season. So it's only in 2 seasons. So you don't have a lot to catch up with if you do start binge watching it or watching the show. And season 3, we'll probably start I don't know how long they go in between seasons, but this episode we're reviewing today is the finale. So when season 3 starts, that'll probably be next year, probably so. But also, I know you guys, some of you guys know I do reviews on Power as well, and Power Ghost Book 2 just started the other night too, the new season. I did watch that last night, but I fell asleep in the middle of it. Not that it wasn't good, it's just I was so tired because we was on here you know, doing Friday Night Live last night, and I had worked 12 hours before that, then came on and did Friday Night Live with you guys and watched BMF, then I watched Power, and so I just fell asleep. But anyway, I'm gonna rewatch Power probably tomorrow and come live tomorrow afternoon and do the review of Power Ghost to the season premiere. So yes, if y'all enjoy Ghost 2, please be here tomorrow with your girl for that review as well. You said no, I'm out and about getting ready to go up the mountain. I gotta watch the episode. Yes, well, binge watch, child. Find you some snacks, get you a nice drink and stuff going on. You know, cuddle up and binge watch the show. It's really good. I think you'll get into it. But again, we are going to be reviewing the season finale today of BMF season 2, and the name of the show was called New Beginnings. It's the finale, and it's also about new beginnings, and them, you know, putting some things, getting rid of some things, breaking ties with some people, making major money moves. But the beginning of the show, Brian, we see Brian and Jen and the rest of the police officers and the morgue and everybody. They were at the shop, at the car wash, and Terry And Meech had came down to the car wash because they got a phone call from someone saying it's going down there. They done found a body. And the body, of course, which they found was none other than Monique's. And we all saw how that went down last episode. Lamar had realized that Monique was trying to kill him, by trying to get him a bad packet of drugs or something, or get him hooked. I don't know if she was really trying to get him hooked on crack or if she had a bad package and it was going to actually kill him. But regardless, he knew she was up to something and he knew he shouldn't smoke that shit. And he ended up strangling her, beating her, strangling her, and left her ass dead. Left her ass dead, leaving behind an 11-year-old daughter and a toddler. And of course, the 11-year-old is allegedly to be his. Now, I was thinking that she was his daughter because Mo had told him, she's really your daughter, but she could have been lying. Sislo believes that that's not his daughter, and that Mo was just trying to, win him over by telling him that, try to get him closer or trust her or whatever. But yeah, he left her daughter behind, and then also Meech's, that's his toddler that him and Mo have together. So he killed her, leaving her, with her kids, without a mother. And not only that, but now the brothers have to find a new stash spot because they had just got that spot, the car wash. And so now they got to find somewhere else to stash their drugs. But yeah, Mo's daughter, she later confirmed, Zoe, she later confirmed to me that it was indeed Lamar who killed her mother. And he wanted to get rid of Lamar at that time. He wanted to get revenge at Lamar at that time as soon as he found out. But Terry convinced him, let him live to see another day right now. Let that go. We got other fish to fry, they trying to make those big moves and trying to get back down to the A and, dealing with a lot of other shit at that time. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the comments. You said shout out, and it's a great show. Cam, hey babe, and I went to see Creed. Oh, that is something that I do want to go see. Matter of fact, my oldest son and his girlfriend is going to see that this evening. But yeah, I definitely got to go get that. He said if you're on the subway and you listening. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. And everybody who comes in, make sure you guys like and share while I'm doing my little review. I'm trying to get through this really quick because my grandbaby is going to be here like any minute now, and I don't want him to interrupt the show. But anywho, moving right along. Now, Alvin, that's Lamar's cousin, the one Lamar has been beating on and verbally abusing and making him do whatever. If Lamar say jump, Alvin is like how high. And I was just saying last episode, I'm like, when is Alvin going to grow some balls big enough to fight back with Lamar? Like, you the older cat, you the older relative, and you letting this fool. But we all know Lamar's crazy. He's psychotic. He ain't got it all upstairs mentally. So, but yeah, this episode, Alvin, when he walked in on Lamar getting high off the coke, he was basically trying to tell him, not really being shady, but basically trying to tell him, dude, you need to get your shit together. You've been sitting here looking like this day after day after day. You up there seeing shit, seeing dead people. He up there reminiscing about his dog, reminiscing about, Monique and everything like that. And so Lamar didn't accept that, though. He wasn't willing to accept that. So he ends up taking Alvin again, putting his hands on him one more again, and throws him down to the ground. And what does Alvin do? He just looks up like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm tired of you putting your hands on me. That's what he want to say, but he wouldn't dare say that. You about to leave?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. But grab some Doritos. No, grab some Funyuns. Thank you very much. I'm putting in orders. Cam about to go to the store. But anyway, so he don't say shit. But later we see, what ends up happening to Lamar. But back to Meech and the bros. The crew had been wanting Meech to get rid of big Mickey. Why I say big Mickey? B Mickey ever since they found out that he was a rat. As a matter of fact, I can't remember who it was, but one of the guys had told Meech at the record store, man, why ain't you got rid of him? He needs to go. You know, he's a rat. And at that time, Meech was like, don't tell me what to do, basically. You know, I make my own decisions. Don't tell me what to do with this food. This is my problem. You know, I'll get it handled. And again, just like he let Lamar live to see another day, he let B Mickey live to see another day and still be able to hang around them and be included in the fam or in the crew, the squad, whatever you want to call it. For the meantime. Now, Charles, and Lucille, mom and pops. They still haven't been getting along. They still haven't been getting along. Lucille ain't giving him the time of day. She wasn't trying to get him the time of day. She is totally done with Charles as far as it appears to be. But he's persistent. I can give it to him. I can give him that he's persistent. We see him when he walks in the bedroom. Lucille, she's like taking off her clothes, but I don't know if she felt like ashamed or just didn't want him to see her because they're not together. And maybe he makes her feel dirty or something like that. You know, have you ever been cheated on and then a man tries to touch you and you just feel dirty, you cringe like, ooh, get away from me. Ooh, you probably just was with her. You know, don't put her stuff on me, you know. But then he tries to tell her, you know, I really want to work this thing out, Lucille. You know, I really want to work this thing out. And besides that, baby, the Bible says love is patient and love is kind, and love does not keep recording of wrongdoings. But Lucille does. She's like, well, I do. I don't know about the good book, but I do keep count and record of all wrongdoings, especially when it comes to your trifling, cheating, scandalous ass. So yeah, she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready to make up. She wasn't trying to have nothing to do with him. He then tells the brothers later, you know, I want to do something real nice for your wife. I'm trying to make up, you know, with your mama, with my wife. So, you know, let's do a little dinner, a little din. You know, they haven't done that in a long time. You know, sat around the table and had dinner and speak to each other and all that kind of thing. But when Lucille showed up for dinner, she come down. Now Lucille was looking good. That's about the best that I've seen her look the entire 2 seasons. She was actually looking fly. Her hair was cute. Her outfit, you know, was on point. She was just looking really, really cute. And any man would probably want to, you know, have her on his arm, you know, as far as that goes. But yeah, she comes down looking all cute and things, and immediately she starts going into Charles. Right after me says, I can't remember the last time we had dinner together, Lucille. Who keeps count of all wrongdoings? She was like, well, I do. And was that before or after we ate, Charles, that you had sex with my neighbor and friend, Mabel? I can't stand that, Mabel. Ooh, let me not say I can't stand that name, because one of y'all out there probably named Mabel, or your mama's a Mabel, or your grandma's a Mabel, or your great grandma. You know, that's one of them old Southern names. But I'm like, oh, she don't look like a Mabel, though. I don't know. But, you know, hey. Anyway, you know, this pretty black woman. She a hold on. So we gonna let her have that damn name, Mabel. But yeah, Charles, you know, he gets up and after they argue, and you know, he gets up and leave. But I love what she said to him, because it totally made sense to me. At first I was like, why'd she call him a rotten fish? That's when he got up after she called him a rotten fish. Basically what she told him was, the fish rot from the head down, which is exactly what you are doing sitting at the head of the table. So that's basically meaning if the head of the table If the head of the table is doing wrong or fucking up, then the whole family is going to be fucked up. And that's basically what she was trying to tell him. So he got up and took his ass elsewhere. But then later came back, and because he found a pastor, he found a preacher, someone that he thought could help them, someone he thought was decent and honorable, unlike Pastor Pimp Swift Snoop Doggy Dogg. He found somebody honorable and decent who can help them with their counseling. You know it ain't they pastor, the one who was trying to fill up his wife underneath the table the last time. But Lucille said, well, that's nice you found somebody. I found somebody too, a lawyer. She found somebody also decent and honorable and someone who can help them. But yeah, she presented some divorce to him when he tried to suggest they go to therapy. Now, I don't know if they're going to end up getting back together or not, or how long, if they do get together, how long it might last. But for now, this episode, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Lucille is done. That relationship is dead. But as far as Markeisha and Terry, their relationship still seems to be going pretty strong, right? Markeisha, I don't really like that they are in a relationship, only because I told Cecil last time, something about her just ain't right. Something that she just seems like a gold digger. Like, she's so used to being with somebody who makes a lot of money. She's so used to getting everything she wants out of life. And, the nice cars, nice jewelry, minks, furs, all that kind of thing. So I really don't think she's the one for Terry, even though he believes that she is his queen, his queen bee. But we see during the show, everything seems to be going fine. But then LaWanda and her get into it at the hair show. Why both of the ladies had the same hairstyle? I was like, oh my God. They didn't even know LaWanda was there. She was in the back helping their little sis, get her hair and shit snatched, for the hair show. And LaWanda comes out with the same damn hairdo as Markeisha. Markeisha must have called that girl a bargain basement bitch. I was like, oh my God, get them. The girls are about to be fighting. But then Saint showed up. And, when Markeisha was storming after she called LaWanda, some basement bargain bitch, she was like, fuck this, Terry. I'm out of this motherfucker. But on their way out, that's when they ran into Saint, who showed up telling Terry, you need to stay away from Boom's bitch. Well, of course, Markeisha, she didn't like being called no bitch. But he told him, you need to stay away from Boom's bitch, or you won't be getting around much longer. You won't be getting around anymore. And, basically he was trying to be good on his word. He was trying to stand good on his word. Markeisha, she later, I don't know if it was the next day or whatever, but she later called Terry over because some men came over and tied up her and her kids looking for some money. Boom is locked up. And they came over to collect some money that Boom owes them, allegedly. That's the story that was told to Markeisha, or that's the story Markeisha told Terry. But yeah, they tied up her kids. And Terry, being in love with Markeisha, he told her kids, I love your mother. I want to take care of you guys. I'm going to protect you guys. I'm going to get you a new home. And Markeisha, all of a sudden, I love you too, Terry. Does she? Markeisha is an older woman that Terry is smitten with. Very smitten. Head over here, like Meese was always teasing him, dude, you pussy whip. She got you whipped. Like, this lady is with one of the biggest drug dealers in the hood, in the city. And he is all up in her every chance he can get, which again is not a good wise choice, decision to me. And on top of that, again, I don't think she's as into him as he is into her. Like, she ain't never told him before that moment that she loved him. And we all knew that he was in love with her. We all knew. He didn't even have to say it. But she was like, I love you too, Terry. But at the end of the show, Saint, again, trying to stand good on his word, he comes through with some goons. They corner Terry and Markeisha in Terry's car. And at the time, Terry was riding high, wasn't he? T was riding high. He was thinking about all the good things going on in his life. He was thinking about all the money they've been made, all the moves they gonna make, extending down to the A, where his brother Meech is going to be. He was just riding high. He was like, I'm the king of the D. I might not be end up being a legend like my brother was. But he said right now, at that time, I was the king of the D. I had my queen by my side. Everything seems to be going right. He didn't want to leave the D, like Meech did, because he's like, I love it here. I love my people, my family here. I'm the king of this motherfucker. So everything for him seemed to be going good. The next day, him and Markeisha were supposed to be even going out house hunting, because he did promise her and her kids that he was going to put them up in another house, to try to probably keep them away from them goons that had came over to before. But everything seemed to be going good. House hunting plans in the air. And that was until Saint jumped his ass out of the vehicle that was cornering them and shot up Terry's car. Now that's where it ended on those two for this episode. I don't know if somebody was hit, the way he was shooting and blasting on that car. It seemed like they both should be dead. But we have to wait till season 3 to figure all that out, won't we? Now, as far as Bryant and his partner, and I say partner in quotes because not only is she his partner, as far as, detective and everything, but they also, they bumping and grinding, they doing the nasty on the side. But yeah, Brian and Jen, they were trying to convince Boone to rat out the brothers, Terry and Meech. And he gave us some information, but he didn't give up the information that they wanted or that they needed. Brian then brings in, Boone's other girl, who basically told him, hey nigga, she can't call it, she white, so she wasn't saying that, but she's probably thinking it. Alright nigga, I just snitched on your ass. She done told them everything. She done told them about Winky. She done told them about the guy from the drive-by. She done told them where they buried at. She done told them where the bodies at. She even told them where all Boone's weapons are stashed. If Boone was not handcuffed to that table, that motherfucker, that boy, he tried to jump up off that table. He would have snatched her whole throat out. Yes, I said throat. He would have snatched her whole throat out had he not been handcuffed to that table. But her life was spared. Another life gets to live to see another day. We done seen plenty of that this last episode, right? But then later, when Meech demanded that Brian gave over B. Mickey's gun, he gave him like an hour. He said, you need to give over that gun that B. Mickey had broken to his house to find, because basically B. Mickey's life is on the line as long as Brian still has that gun in his possession. But there happened to be a witness that Meech came in contact with. The witness that basically said down at the police station that Brian's car, or he said a cop car, put it that way. He said a cop car was at the scene where J-Mo was killed. And he was willing and able to identify the cop car and willing and able to identify the cop. He said the big, black, ugly nigga, willing to identify the cop who was driving that car, who had put a body in his trunk. So now that Brian is basically in no position no position to hold that gun over B Mickey's head. He hurries up and runs down and try to get the gun, from his house and everything. But the gun wasn't there. The gun wasn't there. He needs that gun. He needs that gun because if he did not present that gun to Meech within the next hour and also leave them the fuck alone, he would make sure that the witness reappears at the police station and identify him as the cop being at the scene, the one who was putting people in his trunk. But he went to retrieve the gun from the safe in his closet. The gun was missing. And next thing you know, his partner Jen appears asking him, have he heard about the call about his son, Kevin? Come to find out, Kevin was down at the police station. Now, we saw Kevin get handled on the court again. I don't know what it's going to take for that boy to toughen up and grow some bigger balls himself because he can't keep letting them boys jump on him. Okay, you know how it is when you're growing up and there's a bully in the school or a bully in the neighborhood. If you got to fight them every time you see them, even if you lose, you fight them. It's on sight. That's how it is in the hood when you grow up. It's on sight, nigga. I don't care how many times it's gonna take, but it's on sight. I'm gonna get your ass one good time eventually. But yeah, he done went down to the police station because, well, he didn't go down there. They took his ass down there because he ended up shooting and killing the guy who jumped on him and ruffled him up. So now we know where the gun is, right? Brian is in the worst situation that he could possibly be in because, of course, the gun that he had in his possession that he was holding over B. Mickey's head, that was evidence in a murder he was keeping in his house, and now it got the fingerprints of his son's fingers on it. And what does that basically mean? He could also be charged for other bodies on that gun, right? So therefore, Jen, his partner, again in quotations, she made a last-ditch effort to get B. Mickey to confess to J-Mo's murder. B. Mickey ain't having it. He was like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. If you really had some shit on me, I wouldn't be standing here on the other side of this door with you begging me to confess to a murder. From where I stand, it looks like Kevin may be charged for some additional crimes that he did not commit. Now, towards the end of the show, after Meech believes, he's settled everything in the deed, along with finally breaking ties with B. Mickey's ass at his going away party, he heads down to the ATL to meet up with our girl Goldie, at the strip club. No sooner than he walks in, old boy from the rim shop, he comes in, that big nigga comes in with a big old shotgun, shooting up the place, shooting up everybody in sight, everything within sight, until Goldie and Meech basically stop him in his past. And y'all know basically the reason why he's there. He's still pissed off at Goldie because of the fact that he believes Goldie, Meech, and Terry set him up. When they came through winning all that money and shit. So he still wants his money back. And that's why he came up in there shooting up her beautiful strip club. But they stopped him in his tracks, dead in his tracks. But now, since he's gone, and he's the highest earner for the mob, Robert Fulton, namely, Goldie has to go on the run from this Robert, who is definitely going to try to find out who was responsible for the murder of one of his best earners. Goldie. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Like, Meech just came from the D. Everything was going good. He's just supposed to be down there making money. And now this. But anywho, Goldie, she goes home. She tries to convince her sister, the one who's sick with AIDS, Tries to convince her sister they gotta go, they gotta run, they gotta get out of Dodge. Somebody's coming for Goldie, somebody's coming for your sis. But her sister, she flips it on her and says, nah, sis. You done the best you can with me. You done taken care of me yourself, not other nurses and all that shit. She's taking care of her. She's like, no, just let me go. Just let me go. Pull the plug, pull the oxygen tank, just let me go. Because more than likely, she's gonna die anyway. And she'll probably die a lot faster if she's on the run with Goldie. Like, what the fuck you gonna do? How you gonna care for somebody who's sick, dying of AIDS? Back then, it wasn't as good as it is now, where people can live with HIV, live with AIDS, for a long time. All these new medicines and everything they got. Back then, besides being on that oxygen, ain't no telling how much longer she would have survived. Especially if she's with Goldie and Goldie's moving her around and they here and they there and they hiding out and all this kind of shit. And Goldie's trying to fight for her life up against this Mr. Robert. So along with Meech's support, Goldie manages to unplug the oxygen on her sis, and she basically witnesses her sister taking her last breath. After that, Goldie instructs Meech to go down to Magic City and look for a guy by the name of Rodney Green, who she said will take really good care of him. And that if Robert Fulton finds out that Meech helped her out, then he'll probably try to find him and skin his little ass the fuck alive. That's her words, not mine. Monique, aka Goldie, said if he finds out that you tried to help me, he will skin your little ass the fuck alive. But of course, we see Meech might have other issues, other problems to deal with. Again, if it ain't one thing, it's another. As soon as he walks up into the damn club to Magic City, who's sitting right there? Remy sitting right there. Notices that Meech is back in the A. They like, what the fuck? I know this shit. I know this. They like, ain't this some shit? Look who the cat just dragged in. Child, this was a good episode. This was a good season. This is a cliffhanger. So many different things happened this episode that's leaving us wondering. Like, what the hell is going to happen to Meech? What the hell is going to happen to Goldie? What the hell just happened to Terry and Markeisha? Did Markeisha survive? Did Terry get hit? Did she get hit? Like, oh God, there's so much going on right now. So many cliffhangers. And I am totally looking forward to season 3 whenever that starts. But in the meantime, in between time, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this finale review of BMF Black Mafia Family. This episode was the finale, episode 10 of season 2. And it was called New Beginnings. And what's up, Gwen Farm? You said, what is that song being played? I Need You Alive. Does anyone know the song? No, or I'm in the one thinking about the song. Didn't you ask me that like months and months ago? I don't know, child. Maurice, what's up, Maurice? You said, hey, Tanya, I'm back. I see you reviewing my favorite show since Empire. This your favorite show? Yes, I've been reviewing this show since last season, love. How you been? I hope all is well down there with you down in the Texas. But yes, y'all know that season 2, season 3? Hold up. Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pippin in it. Okay, so Ghost Book 2. Ghost Book 2 with Tariq. With Tariq, I said Tyreek. With Tariq. Okay, y'all know that new season started Friday, right? It came out the same night as Black Mafia Family. So, season 3, Ghost Book 2 with Tariq, that premiered the other night. The first episode was called Your Perception, Your Reality. I will be reviewing that one tomorrow night because, again, I told you at the beginning of this review, I was trying to hurry up and get through this because my grandbaby will be here in any minute and he's spending the night with me. So tomorrow, after he goes home, a little later after that in the afternoon, I will come back and I will be reviewing Ghost Book 2, Season 3, Episode 1, the premiere. So if y'all some big Ghost Book 2 fans, be back here tomorrow and join me for a review tomorrow for the season premiere. Please and thank you very kindly. You guys, thank you again for being here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all our supporters, everybody who watches, especially the replays. People who be coming through for the replay gang. Make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Please and thank you very much. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow to review Book 2, the season premiere of Ghost. And in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. Bye.